Hi, I'm Tyler Locker, driver of the number 418 Blood Eagle 4-cylinder.
And I'm Cale Maven, driver of the number 17 Legend car.
Heyo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back here, Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. We appreciate everybody tuning in here with us. Of course, I'm Tyler. I got my buddy Kel Maben here with me. What's going on, Kel?
Oh, not much, man. Just trying to get adjusted to this new time change.
Yeah, I actually did not even know it was today. I actually did not know that, and when I woke up, I thought I slept in, and I was like, dang. Then ended up looking at my phone. I was like, oh, it's only I think it was only like 9 o'clock. I was like, sweet. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I was able to get a bunch of stuff done. So it was all good. But now we got the dreadful getting dark at 5:30, and I
Yeah,
I hate that. Oh, I hate that so much.
I do
But
too. I,
but
I
oh
can't
well.
stand that.
You
But
think if anything it would be the other way around? I always say this. You think if anything it would be like in the summertime because it's warmer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of get what they're doing is like. So now, whenever I wake up in the morning, my car's not all like frosted up and stuff. You have that extra hour of daylight to warm up before everybody goes out. But
oh yeah,
I just
true.
much rather deal with how cold it is in the morning to whenever I get home from work or whatever, I can do stuff in the evening. So I don't know. I don't. I think it's stupid, but I do understand where they're coming from too in the same thing. But so what have you been up to?
Nothing, man. Just working a little bit. I know we hadn't been on here in a couple weeks, but just nothing. Just working and trying to get the shop cleaned up, and so we can start doing some work out there. And uh, I don't nothing. Just yesterday, and today I was out in the woods, you know, taking care of some trees that are down on the trails and stuff, and uh, just doing stuff around the house mainly. That's what
Yeah,
I've been doing
yeah, same. I
and
mean,
working.
I've yeah, same. So I'm right in the same boat with you. I mean, we did a bunch of getting ready for winter, putting everything away, doing all that stuff, and then ended up well last weekend I had a bunch of different stuff I had to do, but the main thing I wanted to do was get my Trans Am in the garage for wintertime. And I ended up cleaning the garage out. I got the car out. I ended up taking it to my cousin's, and then to put in his garage to do over winter. And then I did that a few weeks ago, and then I wanted to get it in there, so I cleaned the garage, backed it up. Well, as I'm backing it up, I just hear a pop, and I thought I ran something over, and I actually ended up did running over my air tank hose, and ended up breaking that. But I
Oh,
forgot that the Trans Am's a little bit wider than the Dodge Neon. So I was hitting a bunch of stuff like on the way and like bumping over a gas can. Thank goodness it was empty. But I heard a pop, and here was my tranny line, and transmission fluid went everywhere through my garage, in front of my garage. I had to use a whole bag of oil dry to end it up. So
from the Trans Am.
yeah, from the from my Trans
Oh
Am, it just
no,
yeah, it just I don't the one of the clips like must have I don't know just broke because I had two of them on there, but there was too much pressure just for one. One clip must have broken, fell off or something, because there's only one clip on it, one hose clamp, and it just blew the line off, and transmission fluid went everywhere. And I was so mad.
oh
But
my gosh, I bet.
yeah, so, but yeah, but no, though I know there's one thing that we said in the last podcast that we were gonna announce, and we actually got him here with us. We have a new co-host, Levi Morris. Obviously he's been on the show with us a bunch. What's up, Levi?
Not much. Just finally one down for the year. I'm actually updating iRacing now just to get some simulator racing and to scratch that racing itch for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that later. We'll be talking about iRacing and the stuff we got going on. We actually were just talking about it before we actually got on air with the iRacing stuff. So uh, make sure you check the Facebook page because we do streaming and we do leagues, we do hosted races like all the time. Especially when we get in hot and heavy. I mean, I know Kel will be on there with us, what, 2, 3 times in a week. But me and Levi, we hit it hard, and we're on a real good bit. If not every night, every other night, or most of the week we're on. So if you want to get in on some of the hosted races or some of the leagues that we're going to be putting on, be sure to check out that Facebook page and like it up and keep on it because you'll see what we're going to be doing over there. So I'm stoked. I'm ready for it.
Heck yeah, I'm ready. And all the hosted races on iRacing will be marked Blood Eagle Racing.
Yeah,
Is that right, Tyler?
that's right.
Yeah.
Blood Eagle Racing, and then yeah, so you can stop in, say hello, probably beat all of us because we've not been on in forever. we haven't raced in iRacing in such a long time. I know we were actually pretty good before they put the tire model in for the street stocks, and then once they did that, it just I know it messed a lot of my sets up. So it was I don't know. We'll have to get back into it. I'll have to hit the drawing board and come up with a few more setups and see what we got. Maybe even
Right.
just start racing a. Cause I know me and Levi, we got into the 358 modifieds before we stopped. When did we stop, Levi?
I don't know. I believe the last time I raced was, I mean, it was probably, I may have had one or two actual races in my legend car, and that was the last I've done. So it's been early spring since the last time I've been on.
Yeah, and we all kind of because it was heck we did what 2 or 3. We did 3 leagues. No, I did 3 leagues. You guys did 2. You guys did
Hmm.
Chicken Bone Alley, and then my league or our league.
Right.
But
Right.
I had a league going like this time last year. So and I actually might get on. I might get on Facebook after this, and I might post up like one of my streams from this time last year, like in a year, like a year memory or whatever that happens. I might have that. I actually might post that up just to, you know what I mean. Just I don't want to say recirculate it, but see where Blood Eagle Racing was actually at last year before we actually became like a racing page podcast. You know, video game kind of. Because if you look it up, it actually says video game. Blood Eagle Racing is
Right.
under the category video game, and that's why.
Right.
So
I wish you could find the exact same. Was I walking on Levi?
no,
Oh, okay. Um, it started echoing in there. I wish you could find the exact same
one that you
exact
comment on.
post that where I contacted you.
Yeah, I will. I'll find it. I'll find it. I know it was in
It was in
October.
October sometime.
Yep, I know it was in October. So, and the problem is, I was like streaming every other night.
I know.
I was on a lot. So, but yeah, it's kind of cool to how it started to what it is now and all that stuff. But yeah, for sure, I'll definitely do that and end up posting it up on Facebook, bringing it back for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy to think. But okay, anyway, so yeah, we'll talk about. Well, we kind of already did talk about what to look for on the Facebook page. Anytime that we're on, most of the time I'll be streaming. So, and if you're not into iRacing and you want to check it out, you watch some of the streams or just go ahead and on YouTube or just watch some of the stuff. Um, and you want to know how to get into it, you need a hand. By all means, message us on Facebook or the
Or email.
because we will help you. Because I actually helped Kel, and I sent him a bunch of stuff that he needed whenever whenever he wanted to get into it. Now he didn't listen to me. He went, I did like a budget friendly kind of, here's like the bare minimum stuff that you need to get in. And of course, Cal goes and buys triple monitor and stuff. And I'm waiting on my rig, Cal, for Christmas. For Christmas. How about that?
That's on your Christmas list.
Yeah, so I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to the North Pole in Willersburg.
There you go.
So we'll see. We'll see. But all right. Well, Levi, now we haven't had you on in a while, so tell us, tell some of the listeners, tell us, what was your end of your year like compared to the beginning of the year? The Give me two things that really stand out from what you started out as and what you finished as. Even what you learned, and then tell us your plans for next year.
The biggest thing is getting over the learning curve, going from never racing a car altogether to jumping behind the wheel. I honestly feel like there was a big improvement from the very beginning of the season to the end. I mean, granted, I had a lot of people help me get the car together, keeping all the parts together. Um, Mine is a moment I'm not too proud of myself. I feel like the whole end of the season ended out real top. I ended up finishing ninth in points in the Ohio Valley Series, which is the one that me and Kel mainly toured with this year. So I would say it was all around good year for racing for me.
Decent, yeah, decent, yeah. I mean, obviously, whenever coming into the first year, everybody's first year. Where actually it took me a little bit longer than the first year to be honest, because I was running a lot of junk too, so that didn't help. But I know from trying to remember back then, the learning curve, just getting comfortable with the car. That was probably your biggest thing, and talking to you all the time and stuff. I could hear you. What you were describing to me was just you starting to be comfortable. Comfortable with the speeds, comfortable with how the car was acting. I mean, you had some handling issues that you ended up getting taken care of, and it sounded like it went for the better. And then you started to see it in your results. So I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm proud of you. From just hopping back, behind the wheel, and then, um, like I said, talking to you all the time about it, and then kind of where you were finishing. I know I haven't talked to you in about like a month and a half, but I know I've been asking you about whenever I talk to Kel. So yeah, I know, dude. I for sure, and next year's going to be better. The first few weeks it's everybody's rusty. No one's raced in how long, so it's going to take you a few weeks to kind of get back to where you are right now. But I mean, every step is just going to be a uh, you just closer to your goal, and that's whether it's top three finish, or win, or whatever the case may be. But at least you got into the dirt track world championship this year, and that was cool.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. I actually got to say, like one of the big milestones I actually hit was actually back in September, going back to the Dirt Nationals. I don't believe I even got the chance to talk too much about it, but I went from doing well just to keep up with the pack that by the end of the night on the last night of it, I ended up setting third quick time out of our segment. So it was. I mean, I believe that's all on the driver. I mean, I've had just so much work done to the cards, learned different things about it. There's definitely a lot of hands that's helped me get to that point.
Yeah,
But it's been a lot of fun getting to there and getting to race the Dirt Track World Championship, which I know a lot of guys say that when it comes to the race itself, it's not necessarily the crowd that gets you going and all that, but it's because when you're on the track, you pay attention to the track, not the crowd. But it was still fun to get to be able to go out on my rookie season and get out in front of one of the biggest crowds around a dirt track and be able to say I was racing there.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, we've had this discussion on here before, and I uh I actually told you this in the beginning of the year as well. You're going to get to the point where you're a pretty decent driver, and it's actually going to be more so the car than you. Because in racing cars, we've had this discussion on the podcast. In racing cars, it is 70% car, 30% driver. I don't care what anybody says. It's 110%. It's more the car than the driver. Because you can put the best driver in a hunk of junk. It's still a hunk of junk. He ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, he might do good for what it is, but it's not. If you got to have a good car and a good driver. They kind of both need to be together, but it's more so the car than the driver. I mean, heck, you've seen that even with me this year. I've seen it, in my area and other, um, you know, with other drivers. Thinking, if they got a good car, they do good. And the next thing you know, they get a decent car, and then they start winning races and start really competing. So, and that's at the end of the year. That's actually where you started to get. You started to get to where the car needed to start getting better because you were comfortable with what you were doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it was at the point like maybe just Like literally, as Cliff was just telling me, like, okay, this is what it's feeling like. Maybe a half turn here on a shock or half turn here on a ride height or something like that. It was becoming just minor, little tiny changes where I was getting comfortable with it, and one little change increased my lap times by about a half a second.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So that's good, dude. That's good. Shout out to Cliff Bird for helping you out. That's awesome of him. He's a good dude. He's a real good dude. I like him. So I mean, I wish he was easier on the four-cylinder guys, but it's all right. I see. I know how it is. But speaking of four-cylinder guys, that's gonna put us in our next thing. There, now we haven't. This is what, about a week old. I think this news is about a week old. I don't know. Whenever the hell Bristol came out, it doesn't really bother me any. So, well, Bristol doesn't really bother me. But talk about a class. Now, Bristol. It doesn't matter what class it is. It's jam packed. It's jam packed. Everybody around wants to go there. Same with like how Eldora was, stuff like that. Um, there's obviously a waiting list to get into to Bristol, but we pay our money just like every other guy. The four-cylinder guys, they pay their money just like everybody else. And I heard last year they got treated like shit. And I'm just gonna put it plainly, they got treated terrible, and that's not right. They made the trip. They're calling off work. They're coming down there sitting, and they know weather, and they got back and put behind. But it was just from what I heard, it was really wasn't a good deal for the four-cylinder guys. And then this year comes around, and they put all the classes up, and all the classes are marked normal except for as soon as you get to the four cylinders, and it's bang bangers. Whatever the hell that means. First of all, that actually came from Weber Valley, and whoever is the dumbass who put that down on there, saying that they thought bang bangers was cool because of Weber Valley. Weber Valley is not even real. So that's a parody track, and it's hilarious. People, it was quite a big thing about what, a year ago, year and a half ago, on Facebook. Just some group of guys ended up making this racetrack page, and they called it Weber Valley, and the rules and stuff are hilarious. It's rather funny because I mean they don't just crap on one class; they crap on them all. So it's it's a good kick. It's a good kick. But some an event like Bristol to really, um, I guess you could say, I don't know, disrespect the class. I mean, we've had Howie Bayless on here, and he said he knows guys that got more money in the four cylinders than the pure stock class, and that's true. And we got some, and I would say, at least in my area, some four cylinders got just as much money as crate late models. I mean, the four cylinder class is no joke no more. It's serious stuff, and to get disrespected like that at such a big event really irks me. Being a four cylinder guy, and now I'm biased because I am a four cylinder guy, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts on
I thought it was funny.
it. Of course, you're below us, right? So I wonder why they would even wait a minute. Was Legend Cars even there last year?
No,
Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't make the show. Oh, that's right.
not by choice, because if we could, we would have been there.
No, what I'm saying is that, I mean, for what you got in your car and for what I got in mine, that's like saying, like, let's say if you were a street stock guy and I was a late model guy. Do you know what I mean? And they gave us some name like the Crashers. I don't know. There's something stupid, something disrespectful. I mean, you wouldn't be upset. I think I kind of, that's a bad example, but I don't know. It irks me, and I can't think when I start getting pissed. So I'm not gonna lie to you, but I mean, would you not agree that's disrespectful?
To a degree, I would agree. I mean, honestly, when you see it in a parody sense, like you're talking about Weber Valley, I completely understand. But when it comes to like the grand stage of one of the crown jewel races to be able to make it to, and they do something like that, it's a little distasteful.
Especially how we got treated last year. Well, what's really funny is SCDRA Northeast hosted a race. Hosted a or they're putting on a race the same weekend or same time frame as Bristol, and I will guarantee, I will put money on it. There's going to be more cars at Winchester and Virginia than there will be at Bristol. I'm gonna, because I will. First of all, they're only going to take so many cars, but everybody else is going to go to there, and the people. Because I know I've talked to probably uh, 4 or 5 people who were going to go to Bristol. They said that they're not because we just can't get. I mean, what the hell do we got to do to get some respect in a I mean, we race for big money. We don't race for 100 grand like Luke, the World of Outlaw series or something like that. We don't race 50 grand. We don't race for that. But for what the class is or what it was 20 years ago to what it is now, running for 10 grand down at um, Midway in Ohio, running down south for 20 grand down in Georgia. I mean, and like I said, I mean that's what they're running for. Just like any other class, we got so much more money. The top runners got so much more money in than the purse. Because obviously everybody will spend more to just to be competitive. Sometimes it's not about the money, but yeah, no, that was I saw that and I agreed because actually Rob Williams, I saw he was saying about it because actually the day before he said about he got an email. Um, and Rob Williams is you can go back in our episodes. He's RA Northeast on our episode, so go back and listen to that. He's a real good dude. Talked to him a bunch out the track, raced against him. He's got some big stuff going on here. I heard for this year coming up. But I saw he posted it. He got an email, and then ended up coming about. And yeah, ever since then, Bristol said they're sorry. They I don't think they put an apology out, but um, they changed their thing now to Hornets. So I mean, obviously somebody messed up, but still, nevertheless, I mean, I guess I got to come to terms that the four cylinders aren't going to be the most respected class, but still, a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely run for a lot of money, a lot more than we do in the legend cars, and it just surprised me because I didn't really think that you know the Hornets, four cylinders, or whatever you want to call them, were that big. Until I met you, and then it's like, man, these dudes are for real.
Yeah, well, I mean, even like Levi said, down your guys' way, it's different. But like up here, which is surprising because we got a lot of tracks. Well, we get a lot of guys travel. A lot of guys will take the weekend off work to go run for 2,500, 5 grand. You know what I mean? So I mean, I guess I can't really say that. I mean, because um, even whenever Thunder Mountain canceled um, for that SCDRA race, the next day we had a $1,500 win at Marion Center, and what was his name? He runs a Civic. I can't think of his name. 516 is his number, though. I do remember him. I mean, he was there, and he was traveling. He stayed at a hotel, and stuff like that. So, I mean, you got guys that travel, but down there and then up here to out west, like Iowa and stuff, it's a little different. But mainly because their series rules are different. But down in down south, that's where the real money's at. Because a lot of guys, that's where SCWA ended up, I guess, making a huge breakout was down south first, and then it came up here with Rob and stuff. But I mean, from region to region, it's different. But like out west, there's a lot of like the IMCA and stuff. That's a lot of stock rules where like they just allowed like a tuned computer. I believe it was IMCA or there's another one out there too. But then the further you get over here, now we follow the SCDRA rules, and it's kind of a, stock appearing, make sure the motor matches the car. So there's tons of room to play there and tons of money to be lost inside the car. So, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That's why we're for the like this podcast is for like the small guys because of like big events like that. Like, yeah, I know you guys. I mean, you guys want to talk about it, that's fine. But me personally, like, I mean, I like Kyle Larson's story, but I don't give a shit he won the championship today. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't that doesn't affect me at all. I mean, I think he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. Behind the wheel of a car. But at the end of the day, I mean, I never met him. I know you guys have, but like I never met him. I don't care to. I'm more of like the local driver kind of thing. Well, I mean, I don't know where you guys stand on it.
I I like him, but um,
Like, yeah, I like his story and stuff. You know what I mean? How he got kicked out, and then he went on a tear, and then he came back, and if you see if you see like his race results before he got kicked out and after he got kicked out was pretty crazy. I'm sorry, Levi. I keep forgetting that you're with us. You still got me?
Yeah.
Okay, I keep forgetting
I'm just
that
kind
you're
of
with
sitting
us.
back and enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah, so, yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of already asked you, and you already answered. But I mean, I don't know. What's your take on the whole thing?
I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I like to follow the stories and all that with like we say with Kyle Larson, which he's one of my favorite drivers to follow with. But at the same times, like I like to follow him, but we've got our own stuff going on with our own series that we're racing with, all the friends we've made on the local track level. I feel like more of my time is devoted with the local guys more than ever will be invested in ones that are the big names that are a household name.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so I mean, look, here's how you can look at it. I mean, obviously, we just brought up, with the whole Bristol thing, why I don't care about the big guys and stuff. But I mean, even if you look at you guys, I mean, even your series does, a pretty good job. You have even Cliff, with his series, and everything that they do a good job. But I mean, you guys don't get payouts. You guys are running last a lot. Kind of. I mean, when you talk to a four-cylinder guy, I mean, hell, we've been dealing with that for years. So, I mean, I get it, but I mean, you guys put just as much time. Kel, you put just as much money and time. Heck, you went through two cars this year. Levi, he's changing head gaskets. I mean, he's putting the time in, setting up the car. Same with you, Kel. We all put the time in just as much as anybody else, and that's why I hate how there's, the I guess you could say, I don't know, the respect level ain't mutual.
right.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So
It's
and
still a race car, no matter what. It's
it
not
still is.
whether it's a late model, whether it's a four cylinder or a legend car. It don't matter. It's still a race car, and you're still working on the race car.
Yes, but people don't see it that way. Promoters don't see it that way. You know what I mean? The only thing that we can say as four-cylinder guys. I mean, now you guys are starting to get the car count. I mean, you guys got 30 something cars, but I'm saying
Yeah,
like a broad, like a real big area. You know what I mean? All over the world, or not all over the world, all over the United States, you can find four cylinders, and we're normally the highest car count. So to promoters, we do care because we do the payouts. We pay out the late model guys because I bring three of my buddies. So whenever in one track around here, I ain't gonna say the name. I think they're starting. They know that, they realize that. That's why whenever everybody's having a problem with a certain group of people or a person, they try resolving it so they don't lose any cars. I mean, I talked to one promoter this year, and he said, yeah, we went from 25 cars in the beginning of the year to 20 cars, 15 to 10, to 10 to 12. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I mean, a lot of and the owners actually wanted to get rid of the four-cylinder class because of the drama, which I mean, it's not drama. I mean, you see the bad apple on the tree. Just cut the bad apple off. If everybody's saying about one apple, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's not that. It's not rocket science. But nobody wants to lose any cars. So it's like that kind of situation's crazy. But I mean, that's the only place we have any pull is because we have such a high car count. But I mean, as soon as
right.
I could like Path Valley up here. It's not that's not Path Valley. Port Matilda. Port Matilda. They don't run four cylinders. I mean, Lernerville runs four cylinders, but it's on like one Thursday every month. Just for us to get out there, but it's not like a real weekend show. So I mean, they're missing out on some money, but I mean, maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm rambling on. So what do you
You're
guys
good.
got for news? What do you guys got for news?
Levi, you got anything? Because I got a couple things, but go ahead if you got something.
I don't really have anything at the moment. I've been kind of out of the out of the loop a little bit with all the work I've been doing outside of behind the wheel.
Um, the Tri-State Legend Car Series had a race Friday night at Moeller Raceway Park, and Aaron Pendleton won that race. And then the Ohio Valley Legend Car Series had a race today at Brush Creek, and Aaron Pendleton won that one. So it looks like he's had a great weekend racing the cars. And the champion for the Ohio Valley Legend Car Series was John Gutman, which I think we've said that in the earlier post, but I just wanted to hit that one more time. And then I think the Tri-State Legend Car Series crowned a champion, and it was Nicholas Bird,
Nice.
12-year-old. So
That's
he
good.
is the champion for that series, brand new series, and he's the first champion for that series. But I think he's moving on to modifieds full time next year, so there probably won't be a back to back next year. So
I was gonna say, talking about that modified, he went on a tear with a 602 crate modified up against the UMP modifieds at the Dirt Track World Championship.
yeah, me and Levi had firsthand on that. We were helping them with tires and stuff, and man, it was a blast helping them with all that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. For sure. For sure.
And another thing that was pretty cool to see is a couple guys that we made friends with, Nathan Young and Bobby Young. Nathan actually let his dad, who has been in retirement for several years now, he used to drive late models, let him behind the wheel of his legend car, and I think Nathan drove maybe one of Blake Skaggs's, but it was pretty cool to see Bobby come out of retirement and spend some time behind the wheel. And if I'm not mistaken, he really enjoyed it and may actually find a way to get behind the wheel again coming next season.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Nathan was in Blake's gray number 8 car, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had it all over Facebook. Bobby had duct tape all over everywhere. It said Nathan's name, and he just sharpened in his own.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great. Did you see where Cliff commented on it because their last name is Young, and Bobby put over Nathan's name Bobby, and then it said Bobby Young, but Cliff said, shouldn't it say Bobby Old?
I did see that. That was pretty good.
Thought that was funny.
Sure.
Shoot.
But yeah, I don't have anything for news. Like I said, I kind of went on that spiel there for a minute, so I don't have nothing. But
All right.
but yeah, just a reminder to everybody on questions and stuff like that. Make sure you either get a hold of us through the Facebook page or through the email. Same with the iRacing thing. You want more information on what we're gonna be doing league wise or suggestions. Actually, you know what? We could actually hash that out right now. We could leave it to the podcast. Well, maybe we'll maybe kind of do a vote on what people want to see us racing in the league.
Good idea.
We could do um like a modified, like a big block, like an open wheel modified, sprint cars, late models, street stocks. What else do they put in there? Legend cars. Legends are hard.
And it's going to be all dirt though, right?
All dirt. Yeah, I'm not an asphalt
Okay.
guy. Asphalts are getting there. Wise man once said.
That's right.
So
I don't know about the wise part.
but I mean, what's funny is Levi. Cal was telling me that he was doing this series that was trucks. He goes, yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, they're a handful. I said, yeah, like at one time, Levi pulled out of the pits, romped on it, went straight to the wall. That was so funny. Oh, that was so funny because
I think that was mine and yours first and last venture ever hosting an asphalt race of any type.
yeah, asphalt truck race. I was doing the street stock ones. there every now and then because it was something. It was just something different. But
I
no.
I can tell you, you jump on the loud pedal in those. I think it was the '08 Craftsman Truck Series. You step on the loud pedal, and that thing will tell you where the wall is pretty quick.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny because you're going like 45, 50 mile an hour out of pit lane. You're going down. You're still in pit lane, and then as soon as like it stopped, I could obviously I was behind you. I could see you just romped on it, and it kicked sideways and straight up the track to the wall. Oh, I was like crying, laughing. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. But yes, all dirt. Excuse me. Yeah, it's gonna be all dirt. Um, I don't know. We might do like a 4 or 5 week series. I gotta find somebody. I'll probably have that guy who did Chicken Bone Alley. I'll probably have him
Oh,
do it.
to broadcast it.
Yep, to commentate on it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
keep
cool.
it small again. It's gonna be just a handful of guys. You know what I'm saying?
Speak, yeah. Speaking of the different cars and stuff like that, have any of you all got on and tested any of the front wheel drive model cars on dirt and seen if they've done anything different with them, or are they still
They
I
a
should.
have not.
handful?
They should. I mean, I I know. Last winter there was at least one. I would see one or two a night. That was like oh, what was it? Kia Optimas.
Yeah, they
They
were throwing them on dirt. I know they were
yes.
a handful, and I can't remember if it was you was telling me or someone else was telling me that they don't react quite like what a front wheel drive compact would on dirt.
No, because they're asphalt cars. They're asphalt cars. That's why they don't. I mean, that's why they don't react at all, and they don't want to turn like at all. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I was thinking that if we could find one and get one set up that better feels like what a front wheel drive compact could, that might be something we can throw in, give a little nod to all the front wheel drive compact guys, just like you're saying that don't get any slice of the pie there. Because I mean, here we're throwing out the exact same things like dirt late model, sprint car, all the stuff that we usually see. But that's one that that's one I've never seen like explored and seen if we can find one that can actually do it. And that'd be a fun one to throw out to
I've tried.
see how fun it to try to see how
Yeah,
fun it would actually be to try to get one to react right and
yeah,
actually make a race out of it.
yeah. I'll one night me and you, Levi, we'll get on and we'll do that. But if you want, I guess you can say because it's gonna be a free entry, of course, because it's gonna be and there's not gonna be no prize money. That's how we do it. We're doing it just for a good time to try to stop the drama, even though it does arise, because it's for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
um, we'll have to figure out if we'll figure out a code or something that's going to be just to the podcast. We'll say it on one of the um, we'll say it on one of the episodes, and whoever uses that code, if we do charge, they'll get in for free. They'll get in for
Yeah.
free.
Sounds good.
So
We
I won't.
gonna do we gonna do any form of announcement ahead of time that we're gonna put the code in the next podcast, or just leave it
Nope,
directly up to?
nope, nope. We're not gonna say nothing. That's gonna have to have people go through and listen. Do you know what I mean?
No,
So
I got you. I was just wanting to make sure that was
yeah,
I was up on the detail on that.
yep. No, that's what we'll do. We'll just do something like that, and then just go from there. I mean, we'll announce it, but it's gonna be after the first of the year. I know that. I know that for facts because I got a lot of hunting that that's gonna be coming up. Actually, I missed a lot of archery season. So, but at the end of this month, beginning of December, and the end of December, a lot of hunting. So I won't be on as much. Um, and I'm getting a lot of my actual car stuff done before the first of the year.
Yeah,
Like
that's where I'm sitting at right now
yeah,
too. Is
like in the
I've
next
already
2 weeks.
completely did a changeover on the front end on my car.
Well, there you go. So that's the
Model
best way to
wise,
do
it's
it.
not nothing like structural. It's just been all fiberglass and all that. But even at that, that was still probably about a good 2 week venture.
Yeah, and it's better off. Like I told Cal, it's better off to do it now than later. So, I mean, next week I'm going to be, probably getting parts in that I ordered a month and a half ago. So once that starts to be a thing, it's gonna be pretty good. So, but yeah, so keep listening. If any questions on anything, Facebook page, Blood Eagle Racing, Blood Eagle Racing Podcast at gmail.com is the email. Make sure you get a hold of us on there. I do want to thank the sponsors, First Guardian, Cold Mint. If you're going to be doing some of the iRacing, he's going to be on there with us. Good dude. Make sure you go over there and check out what he's got going on all social media platforms. First Guardian. Get that code for next year. So, all right, that's all I got. We will we'll catch everybody next time, and thanks for tuning in.
Worldwide.